And I even like creating, I don't want to say necessarily dark, but moody, almost maybe looked at as dark music, and putting inspirational words on top of it. It's something that I'm inspired to do.
For example?
For example, harder styles of music, not minor chords, dark.
So would you call a problem dark and a solution light?
Contrast, that makes sense.
Problem, in other words, knowing what I don't want, momentum in problem. Let's say is a big problem with lots of momentum. Can you feel that in a big problem with lots of momentum, there's a big solution with lots of momentum? Mm-hmm. So when you overlay a problem and a solution, it's satisfying to you. It's like closure somehow.
Interesting.
Because you're not really relating to the problem. Okay. You're relating to the solution.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. It's like healing in a sense.
Some of the most significant movement that you would describe with the words healing happen in arenas with comics who are taking very sensitive social issues and having fun with them. Problem and fun happening in the same place. So some of that's what's going on. But we want to use this as an opportunity to talk about where we began here this morning, which is in this world in which you are living, the solution is born out of the problem. In other words, you've heard us describe that when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, and you've seen us demonstrate the rockets that are born out of that awareness. And so when you realize that you are an expanding being, everyone is, and that there is no end to your becoming, then anything that is conducive to your expansion and your evolution and your becoming is understood and appreciated, adored. In other words, that's why you came. Not one of you said, I'm going to planet Earth because they've got it all figured out. Not one of you said, my nest will be so feathered that all I will have to do is just observe the conditions and I will feel good. Because that's not why you were coming. You were coming because of the inevitability of your own expansion. The momentum of your own becoming is so significant. That's why you come, and it's why you crave contrast. But when the vibration that you are predominantly offering is consistently far apart from the vibration of your source, the discord, the tug of war, the resistance, the tension within that vibration is tiring, it is wearing. It's what depression is about. It's what long-standing negative emotion is about.
And when it comes to music without lyrics, just the actual music, is there such thing as problem music? If it's minor chords and sort of in the darker realm, if it doesn't have lyrics on it, is it negative? Because I don't feel that way.
Well, there is not such thing as negative or dark music in its natural sense. But since what you are calling music is created, it is composed, it is organized by focused beings, the way they feel in the creation of it is embodied in the vibration of the music.
Yes.
So here's the question that we want to put back to you. We're going to have fun in this discovery together. So in the same way that an artist who is painting onto canvas has created a vibrational atmosphere that is the basis of the inspiration that is flowing. So the way an artist feels as they are painting is put vibrationally onto the canvas. And those who are walking through the galleries who feel something that the artist felt, there's a resonance that makes that attractive to them, makes them want that. Law of attraction put them together with that. So the same thing is true of music. So We're going to ask you first a question about the canvas and then about the music. Do you believe that a person could be in a very despondent, very depressed place, and therefore that is the basis of the inspiration that they are receiving, and they are putting something on the canvas? Do you believe that someone tuned in, tapped in, turned on, flying high with life, lighthearted, joyful, having fun, do you believe that a person feeling like that would feel resonance with that canvas?
Yes.
In an attitude of unconditional love, yes. But in an attitude of true vibrational resonance, it cannot be. Because what was meant by it, what was put there.
I see, yeah.
So
I think about seeing the beauty in some art that maybe isn't beautiful. That's what I thought about when I...
But the question that we're putting to you is the art an expression of the problem, or was the art an expression of the solution?
Right.
Because in looking at it, there might be two paintings that look very much the same. They might look very much the same. They might have very different vibrational essence. You see what we're getting at?
I do.
So we're not asking you what you're seeing, we're asking you what you're feeling. And with music, it is even more easy to define. So you want to leave the words out of it. Can you feel that in some of the positioning of some of the music, there is release, that there is release of emotion? In the same way, do you think that it is inappropriate for a human to shed tears? When we say that the shedding of tears, that which you are calling crying, is the releasing of resistance.
Yeah.
And so there is plenty of releasing of resistance onto the canvas. There's plenty of releasing of resistance into the music. That's why people are feeling the resonance. Just feel for the resonance. We're not asking you, in fact, we're really encouraging you not to call this dark and this light and this right and this wrong and this good and this bad. We want you to call it something that feels good to me now and something that feels good to me now and something that feels good to me now. And that has to be enough, because where you are is on an ever unfolding path. And the thing that we so much want you to hear, and we'll leave it here right now, is that the thing that we want all of this conversation to come to a culmination within you is this. In the creation of solutions, which is what you're reaching for as expanding beings, there are steps along the path that you would define as problem. And how can we say that the result in that which we are is ever free of the problems which so often you want to catalog and pigeonhole and call wrong or inappropriate? In other words, isn't the unfolding path what it is all about?
Yes.
And aren't you weary of trying to define it all? Don't you want to stop trying to categorize? Wouldn't you like to just call it music?
Yes.
Don't you want to stop trying to categorize it? Don't you want to stop trying to explain to people in advance? Don't you want people to be more willing to explore, to do the exploration, to discover on their own what they are drawn to? What you are beginning to get, and in the weeks and months that follow this experience together, you're going to understand it even more, is that when you allow yourself the connection with who you are, and then you seek the increase in the momentum from that connected place, there are not so many ups and downs in your vibration. It's just this steady, steady place. You are like so many who are presenting to so many, sensitive to their energy and letting their energy influence you. And what you're wanting to do is let your inspiration be the influence of you. And if they're ready, fine, and if they're not, fine. This is a big discussion, isn't it? It's a big discussion. So we have just 2 questions for you. We have just 10 questions for you. Do you create your own reality? Are you responsible for the reality that anyone else is creating? Are you a probable influencer of the vibration of others? Are you responsible for the way they manage their vibration? Can you control the vibration of others? Can you control your own? Can you control your own if you are observant of the vibration of others? Can you control your own vibration when observant of the vibration of others?
No.
Can you control your own vibration when you're observant of the vibration of others? Because
Yes,
law of attraction
yes,
says,
yes.
no, you cannot. Law of attraction is saying that which you give your attention to is offering a vibration. And if you give your attention to that vibration, you will replicate the vibration within yourself.
That's what I thought.
And then you will feel resonance with them. You will be there for them. You will be sympathetic and empathetic with them. You will eventually feel the discord of your own separation from who you really are. We think you're getting this. This is a really good time for the next 5 questions later. Good time for a segment of refreshment.